Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I want to talk about, well, first, I teach counterterrorism. I specialize in hostage rescue and counter kidnapping. Now, the reason I don't want to go into too much detail about what got me into that type of work, but I've been doing it starting in the 80s, and the counter kidnapping, most of my work has been in Central America. Now, the reason it is that in Central America, they've got a history of kidnapping. You have the rich and poor, and the rich are really rich. It's most of it is socialism, close to communism. So you have a big difference between the rich and the poor, and so the rich are how do I say it, targeted for many types of criminal activity, especially when it comes to money, such as extortion, kidnapping, robbery, all the stuff, because they're the ones that have the money, that have the stuff, and will pay. The rich people don't have the stuff and they won't pay. So that's why it's like that. Okay, now I work in the part of the physical grabbing somebody in the way of kidnapping. And but there's other ways. There's other ways. Well, okay. The reason they do the kidnapping is most of the people that are rich have businesses. And now, when they have businesses, that's how they're able to make money. So when they have businesses, what happens? You want them out of the business. So the people that do the kidnapping are now another thing. The kidnapping sometimes is done with the intent of you snatch somebody, you pay me, and then I give them back to you. Sometimes the intent is it's a murder, and they do it under the disguise of kidnapping. In other words, this person is kidnapped and then he is killed. Kind of like in the United States, where they do robberies, and it's a robbery that's gone bad and they kill somebody. Some of those robberies are assassinations. Somebody's been killed, but they grabbed his wallet to make it look more like it was a robbery. And so that's what happens in the real world. Okay, in other words, things look like one thing, but they are done for other reasons. Now, I work with the part of the physical snatching people up. Now, I have learned through the years, and all of this, I'm saying all this because all of this you learn through age and experience. And I say, I can't even tell you how much a few years will make a difference when it comes to experience. And when I say a few years, it could be as much as, or as little as a year or 2 years or 3 years. So, like I say, I completely evolve. Me, personally, I evolve all the time. And the reason is my experiences increase dramatically when you look through a period of years. And I've learned and seen things. I don't live a life of consistency. I mean, I don't go to work, come home, watch TV, go to sleep, go to work, come home, watch TV. I don't do this. I don't think I've ever done that. And so I'm always looking, seeing, and learning. This is how I learn. And okay, talking about the kidnapping. On the kidnapping, 1/3 of the kidnapping that's done down here is done by criminals. Criminals. Real, true life kidnappers. 1/3 of the kidnapping is done by police, military, or political. The other third is done by family members. Okay. They pretty much, they're done, it's in general, you can say they're kidnapped for 3 different reasons, even though all of them, money is stated. Give me money. If you want this person back, you got to give me money. That's what they all say. But there's really 3 different reasons why somebody's kidnapped. The criminal kidnaps them for the money. They really do. They want the money. Now, if they return them alive or not, who knows? Okay. Number 2, military, police, political leaders. Military and police, normally they're working for political. They're doing their job as they see it by kidnapping somebody, and normally there's a political reason for it. Either their business is in competition with their business, the location of their business is something that they want. There's some kind of screwed up reason for it, and so the only way they can do it is to kidnap the person and make it look like a kidnapping, and then they don't come back. Okay, for the family members, the same thing. They'll kidnap them when the father or the grandfather built this business and all this kind of stuff, and then they want money. They're going to kidnap them for that. And sometimes on all this, sometimes they give them money, sometimes they pay. It just depends if they're going to kill the person or not. I don't know. I can't tell you. But sometimes they'll be kidnapping the children to put the pressure on the adults. So there's all kinds of reasons for that. But the point I'm trying to get across is another part of kidnapping with the intent to kill someone. The idea was to kill someone. The kidnapping is just what they use as a face excuse. Okay, but one of the ways they use to kill people is through the medical means, a medical way of killing people, or making them do certain things. Now, that has been used. It's been used forever and ever, but now it's used more and more. And the way they do it is it starts with a regular illness or health issues, whatever it is, and then they give them medicine. And if you, that's why you really need to know your doctor really, really well, because if the doctor really has true intent to heal you or improve your life, that's one thing. And that's the thing that's really hard to find out. So what they'll do is they'll get you started on some kind of medicine, and you will notice your health will start deteriorating. And other health issues will come up. In other words, you'll take blood pressure medicine for high blood pressure, and then you will find out you're going to start having urination problems or digestion problems and stuff like that. So it just kind of snowballs. And as this happens, your health deteriorates. As your health deteriorates, if you're owning the business, now you're not healthy enough to run the business. So you will step back and let other family members run the business. Now, what they do is, as you deteriorate, your health deteriorates, the next thing you know, you need to sign papers giving, what do you call it, permission for these people to make certain judgments or choices for the business. Power of attorney, yeah. And so you do this thinking that your health is going to be regained. It also, depending on what your will says, it will also depend on how fast or how long it's going to take you to deteriorate. In other words, if your will is not right to a certain person that's close to you, he doesn't like it, then they will speed up the sickness part until you will get sick faster, and they will do it so you don't get a chance to change your will. So, or sometimes they'll do it slowly, because what I say, they've got your power of attorney, and this gives them time to change things to a situation where once you do die, they will have controlling interest no matter what your will says. This is why a lot of times down here, wills take years to get accomplished, to get them completely finished up. That is why during the death process, family members did things with the power that they had in which they don't jive with the will. So it's really, the medical has turned into a weapon, the medical field. Now even, and the thing is, you cannot prove like you would in the way of a court for murder when they murder somebody, when the doctors murder somebody. You can't prove it in the way of a court, even though and most of the time you don't even know what to look for. Most people don't even know what to look for. But if you do know what to look for and you see it happening, you still can't do anything about it. The medical system is set up where they have total control. And the reason it's set up like that is so then they can cover themselves. I have seen through other people how things happened, and this is why one of the things that I teach is when you have a loved one in the hospital, you have to have somebody with them all the time. And the reason is there are mistakes being done all the time. Now, are they on purpose or are they by accident? You can't say. And but the thing is, when you're there, and like I talked about, you write down what kind of medicine you're getting and the time and all this stuff. When you're doing all this stuff, it does give you a certain control over the results of their stay in the hospital. In other words, if they were to die and you say, well, I saw this and it didn't look right, but who am I to make these judgments? And if you really cared for them, you would be like that, and you would be carrying a burden with you, because you're thinking, boy, why didn't I say something? Why didn't I do something? You know what I mean? So that's why I tell people, have somebody there, write down the medicines and stuff that are being taken, the whatever kind of scheduled, whatever it is that they're doing to them in the way of tests and stuff like that, because all of this will make it, it's not going to do any no legal problems are going to be settled from this. Like I say, the system is set up, they protect themselves. Even other doctors will protect them. The nurses will protect them. That's their job. Their job is to work together as a team, and you can't do that if you're going to be snitching on the other people. So that's why the system is set up like that. But when you're able to write all this stuff down, have a record on it, it does make it easier when the bad things happen, and you are able to live with yourself when you know you've done fully everything you could do under those circumstances. But what I'm getting to is, when it comes, there's more to kidnapping than just kidnapping for money. Sometimes it is for assassination. It is for killing. And anytime anybody dies for whatever reason, a robbery gone bad, a suicide, stuff like that, you always have to think real hard if it's the true facts or not. I have seen suicides that were considered accidents. I've seen, medical, not malpractice. I look at malpractice as something like they're stupid, they did something wrong. But many times they do it on purpose. They have their reasons for doing what it is they're doing. I guarantee it's their reasons that are going. So make sure that your doctors are having the same reason as you are, and have somebody to back you up on that stuff. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.